Afternoon, guys. Siya, at the end of last week's test, when you did your on-field interview with Supersport, you said it was 1-1 now. Is that kind of how you guys have approached the series? Obviously, presumably the World Cup matches was the first match of the series, and these two are. Is it how you're approaching it as a sort of three-test series?
No, definitely not. We want to win. We want to win tomorrow. Or it's not 1-1. It's 1-0. If I said that, I definitely didn't mean like that, because we just want to win the series. You know, it will be important for us as a team, as this group. You know, and we all know before last weekend. It's been since 2016, so yeah, we definitely want to go for the win this weekend and win the series.
It's going to be probably about a month, specifically the sort of match between the next time you guys will play. I'm sure most of the guys next week will obviously be all the front jokes against Portugal. So does that sort of add a bit of importance onto this game to take that momentum into the Rugby Championship next time?
Yeah, we're just thinking tomorrow for us as a group. We want to make sure we use our opportunities, because you never know what's going to happen after that, you know. So we want to use this opportunity to make sure we give everything we can. You know, we've worked hard as a group to be where we are today, you know, and we don't want to let that slip in focusing on what's going to come after. This is the most important game for us at this point, you know, and we know how important it is to them too. So it's going to be a proper test match. You know, if they came hard last week, they're going to come obviously even harder, because it's the last game of the season. You know, they're going on holiday after this. They're going to throw everything at it. And those are the things that we've been thinking about. We haven't even thought about what's going to happen after this.
Sasha development over the last 2 years since you've been box here. How is your play and what do you expect from him?
Yeah, I think Sasha has been doing well under our system, you know. Like you've mentioned now, he was part of our team even 2 years back in the end of the year tour, and then I also coached him for SA team, and we always knew that he's got a great potential, you know. Always, probably when I look at his style of play, it's probably copy and paste of what normally Damian Valemsa offers to us, you know, with playing at 10, at 12, and also being able to give us options at 15. I just enjoy the growth in him, in a sense of how he's maturing as a human being. Also, but once again, when he got an opportunity, he's a player that looks excited, and he wants to contribute, and he wants to do better for the team. So I know a lot of people are very keen to see him getting more game time, you know, and listen, us as coaches also would love to see him more on the field, you know, but unfortunately sometimes, more especially in a game like last week, if you make changes too early in the game and you end up getting injuries, it might backfire on you, you know. So I know it's frustrating maybe sometimes when he doesn't get a lot of game time, but he understands our plan, and I think he also respects the team, you know. So I would love also to see him more on the field, but I enjoy seeing his growth. I enjoy seeing him, even if he gets, for example, 20 minutes or he gets 10 minutes, you can see he's a guy that wants to really bring some positive impact in the game. And for him, at that age, at Twickenham, you know, in front of the crowd like that, to be able to slaughter a kick like he did the other day against Wales, it shows there's a great potential in him. But once again, if he can get enough game time, we will also be happy as coaches.
Andy Farrell was saying it's the game last weekend, just quality-wise in terms of accuracy and that kind of thing, probably wasn't on the level of the game you guys had at the Rugby World Cup, which is still very entertaining. Do you feel that way as well, having played last weekend? I mean, how much more quality-wise do both sides still have in the tank that they can bring out tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, it had moments, you know. I think the momentum kind of swung like that, where in the World Cup game it was flat out for like full 80 minutes, you know. You defend, you almost scoring a try, then you're defending your try line, then it turns around like that. But those things happen in a game. It's all about who can control those big moments at the time, or we could take the opportunities that came. You saw we started off well, and then they came back later, in the game. But I think this game this weekend is gonna have. I think it's gonna be intense for 80 because we're playing to win the thing, they're playing to draw the series. So yeah, I think from the word go, it's gonna be intense, and it's also all those who's gonna be taking the opportunities will count the most this coming weekend tomorrow.
I'm sure there's a very interesting dynamic to this game, and I mean I suppose experience and you would have kind of experienced everything in your career, but Ireland have made a decision to bench, Mani. So, what do you think that kind of thing brings to a team? How would it influence them? Obviously it's a big bring your captain on the bench.
Yeah, I mean we do the same here. I think when you're a player, all you care about is the team. What does the team need for that specific day? I have games where I get taken off at halftime because I can't. Is the next Kwaka at the time is playing. He's what the team needs, to have change. If you start making it personal, just about yourself, just because of your position, then you're there for the wrong reason. I think Peter has played a lot of games, and he knows how important this game is. And if the coach makes a decision at the end of the day, that's what matters the most, and it's what the team needs. I'm sure he would have accepted it, and he would want the guys to do well. And Kellen Doris, it's not like he hasn't led the team before. He's done it before. He's a great player. I think it's more big for the outside people, but for us as players, we know what the team needs is what we're going to give for the team. So I don't think it will be such a big thing or a shock to them. Because I've been in the same position, and many other players have been in the same position. So I think they'll go on, and when he does come on, he'll go do his part, but he'll support Doris as much as he can.
Coach, there's another interesting thing. You guys have lost a number of games. I think you've been lucky, which is a fairly, you know what's coming. How do you think, pairing of Henshaw and Ringrose was change it? Because I can see the 9 series you had Henshaw. What is the difference in the challenge?
Yeah, we know Bandy is always you know what you're going to get from him. He's a very tough guy. If you're playing against him in his channel, he's going to come the whole day. So with the guys that I think they've selected also now, world-class players, Ringrose and Henshaw. They've played together many times, and we know it's going to be a different challenge. But once again, like Siya said, it's we know the Irish team, they've got a lot of pride in how they do things and how they so well organized as a team, So, yes, I think the two centers will bring us probably different challenges. But once again, I think we've also prepared very well. And for us as coaches to be able to select the same 23 from last week, I think it shows also the space where we are as a team. I remember some of the guys, it was their first game playing last week. Like Siya mentioned now, for a team like Ireland, they're playing their last game of the season. Six Nations champions. So there's a lot of confidence also in their team. I think we know for sure that they want to finish their season on a high, but unfortunately, we also in our own journey. We're playing at home, and we want to do it for the people in South Africa, and we're gonna full out. We're gonna go full out, and like I said last week also, the thing is for us, it's about our people in South Africa. We never had an opportunity the last time we won in Japan, to come back and being able to deliver for our people back at home, So now to get an opportunity to play in front of our home crowd, sold out stadium, and if we can close the series where we win it proper, it will be a great thing for us as South Africa, And once again, yes, they've got good partnership in those centers, but once again on our side also, we just want to make sure that we keep getting better as a team. Very experienced, normally if you look at a guy like Gibson Park, what he offers, the speed in the game, and normally Conor Murray is the one guy that normally closes the game for them, a very matured head, and we know he's also got a solid kicking game. That's one thing that I know for sure. So we'll probably be challenged, probably under high balls, because that's what he does best. But once again, with his experience, I think he's one of the guys, if they had to lose someone, he's one of the guys that can step up and probably give us different challenges, you know. His kicking game is very solid. And if they get it right on a day and we're not at our best, I know one thing for sure, it might be a long day for us at the office, but I think Connor is experienced, you know, so it's going to be a tough challenge for us. But on the other side, you're also talking about a guy like Faf de Klerk who's been around, you know, so I think it's going to be a great contest between those two nines. And but yeah, once again, he's very experienced. Vata is going to give us tough challenges on high balls, and probably we're well prepared also for that.
Siya, you know, a lot obviously has been said about Russ's tactics, about, you know, the 6-2 split, the bench when he comes on the field a lot. And I think the coaches have answered this a number of times, like for them, as long as he sticks to the rules, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. But as players, what do you guys, it's almost laughable with how other nations, especially in the north, when they are unable to sort of deal with your tactics, are able to just say maybe it's against the spirit of the game and things like that. You guys just sit in the room as players and be like, well, this is almost a joke.
It happens so much that we don't care. Like, why should we care if there's a rule book and none of the stuff that we do breaks any of the rules, and we do what works for us. Well, if it doesn't work for everybody else, then you will never hear us commenting about other people's tactics, because the focus is on us. What works for this team? What gets the team going? What do we need on Saturday? You know, and it always goes on teams who we're playing. So we know this team. Okay, we need this kind of, you know, team, and the coaches explain to us. You know, so we don't know why people always have something to say about what we do, but we never say anything about them. But it's fine with us. They can keep talking. We'll just keep on focusing on what we do, and if it doesn't work, then we can change it. But we don't sit and dwell on it. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's almost like what he said. I just want to follow up on that. But is it then maybe a compliment to the other teams that you are able to, almost like you want to use your best weapon?
100%. I honestly believe that they should see it that way, because if we're strengthening here, we know that's where they're strong, and we want to take that, you know, and go on that. So we make plans on who we play. Our game plan doesn't change, but we know on personnel, okay, Siya maybe only lasts us 20 minutes. We need to put this guy in. That's how we do that. And it's not we're not thinking, no, we want to have less backs or anything like that. It's just about what the team needs on a specific day and the way we want to play on the day. And you're right, it is a compliment on whoever we're playing against.
And Kate, just to follow up on that question, Ireland did use the 6-2 split also during the Six Nations, and I think for them, you know, on a day like Siya is saying that whatever that works for you, do you understand? As long as it's within the rules of the game, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and it's in a good spirit of the game. And people in South Africa, they enjoy watching our bomb squad coming in, you know. And if it works for us, we're not going to change it. And on a day, if we decide to go to 7-1, we'll go to that 7-1. If on a day we feel like, okay, 5-3 split is what we need on a day, because if you look at the challenges we've got now in the game, our backline players, probably they run a lot of meters around the game now, you know. So there's going to be time somehow, where we're going to go back to our normal 5-3 split. But like Siya is saying, that what works for us on a day, and you look at it, what the team offers, you know. And so once again, when it comes to the spirit of the game, I think if you want to look at a positive spirit of the game, look at the South Africans. That's how we play the game. We played in a good spirit. And there's one thing that I know between us and the Irish team. There's a good respect between the two teams. I'm talking about coaching staff. I'm talking about the players, the amount of respect we've got for one another. So I don't want us to, the other noise around, you know, to get in between the spirit of the game. You know, that's one thing that I respect about how we operate. You know, we've got massive respect for the Irish team. They've used the 6-2 split during Six Nations. So I see nothing wrong with that. If it works for them, happy days.
Siya, it's obviously a home game for the rest of the guys, but for you, it's only been months since you get the shots. You obviously playing a familiar territory at Kings Park. How much does that mean for you? it being your former home ground? If anything, does it have an influence on your game?
No, I think it's important to all of us as a group. Like whenever we play in South Africa, it doesn't matter where it's home at the end of the day. And you know, whether it's in Cape Town, people are coming to support the Springboks, not supporting Ox because he plays for the Sharks. They're coming to see everybody. So I'm just happy that I can, you know, play and be part of this game here. And I know the people of Durban, they love their rugby. I mean, the games is already sold out already. So it's gonna be exciting, and I hopefully will see on the way in, you know, how it used to be, where the people are buying on the field and on the B field. So I'm looking forward to that. I know, yeah, it's gonna be a great day, but I think the whole team is excited to be playing this game.
Coach, you sort of think these two test series, I think myself and a few supporters would be quite disappointed when the series finished 1-1 without a decider. On the one hand, you know, it's important to have these games against the smaller nations like Portugal and but on the other hand, do you think there's a space to go back to the 3 test series and still have that extra game against a smaller team? Or are you guys not really worried whether it's a 2 test or 3 test game?
I don't think it. If you, for example, the opportunity that Portugal will get to play against the Springbok team, I think it's something that is more important for the growth of the game. You know, the smaller nations, the so-called tier 2 teams. I think it's good also for us to make sure that we also keep developing those countries and assist them. You know, so yes, I understand a lot of people would have loved to see a 3-match series game. If you ask me as a coach, if we win tomorrow, it's okay for 2 games. You know, so I won't complain. But once again, I think the most important thing is that we mustn't forget about, we need to also help other countries, you know. So I totally respect and I admire the fact that World Rugby is trying to also make sure that they're assisting all those other countries also. So I think for the spirit of the game, I think that's the most important thing, to make sure that, I know there's a lot of Portuguese people in South Africa, you know, and probably it's going to be a great occasion for them also when it comes to Bloemfontein. And already we've had the vibe. People can't wait for us to get to Bloem. So I think for the sake of growth and the development of the game, I think it's a good thing that those teams, they also get an opportunity to play against the tier 1 nations. And but once again, from my side, it's going to be a different challenge. But for now, the main focus is tomorrow. If we can close the series tomorrow and then we win 2-0, then I won't complain about 2 games. And but once again, I'm in the same boat as you. You know, if it was up to me, probably I would say, okay, let's have a go for 3 games. And I know a lot of people, irrespective of how things turn up tomorrow, if we win as South Africa, I know South Africans will be happy. If we don't win, I know there will be a lot of people that are disappointed with the draw. But otherwise, I understand where they come from, and I totally respect it.
About your wins and this the ability, you know, to find receptions, you know, because, you know, a lot of people might look from the side and say, you know, maybe I can use a key game, you know, chase and contest, you know, but yet you probably feel that you wish for better players under the high ball. So just your thoughts on those 2 wins.
Yeah, Steve, I think if you look at a guy like Ketley and Cheslin, they probably copy and paste of how the style of play, how they operate. And there's one thing that I always tell people that, yes, I know when they look at those guys, they always see their X factor. But one thing that I respect about them is the amount of hard work they put in their game and how much they invest in their basics, you know, the fundamentals of the game. Like I said, a guy like Conor Murray will probably give us a lot of challenges with his box kicks, and you can't ask for any better players like Cheslin Colby. You know, he's been around, he has done a job for us. Ketley Arends is becoming one of the world-class players, you know, and there's one thing that I enjoy about them is that I always tell people there are 2 types of players who don't make it in our system. The players that just do what you ask them to do and then that's it. Or the players who don't even do it. And if you talk about those guys, Cheslin does things that sometimes we don't even coach him. The amount of pressure he applies on the opposition, chasing the kicks, You saw yesterday, last week, the charge down on the goal line, things like that. You don't coach them. I think the player shows that he's got a big heart, So I know it's going to be a tough challenge for us, but you can't ask for any better player like those two guys, And one thing that I also enjoy about them, when they get opportunity, they'll put you away, Guy like Ketley Arendse, probably one of the best players in a small space, to be able to dominate physically also. I know a lot of people, they always look at their size and think, these are small wings, but they've got a big heart. That's one thing that I enjoy about them. I think that argument for us, it was sorted last year when we won the World Cup. So I don't think whatever happens on a Saturday, I know, like I said again, a team like Ireland, I know they're one of the best teams in the world, and winning or losing against them, at the end of the day, we're still the world champions, So that won't change. So yes, we want to win the game. But even if we don't win the game, we will still be world champions for the next 4 years. So I know, like I always say to people, we can't help what other people are saying about us. Do you understand? But there's one thing that I know for sure. Plus, minus 60 million South Africans, they know who's the best team in the world. So whatever they say on the other side, it's okay. And we've got respect for whatever opinions they've got. But at the end of the day, for us, like we always say, is that between the World Cups, for example, we've probably got different goals than what they've got. We normally try to build the squad depth and also give players opportunities, That's who we are. And for them, maybe they've got a different strategy. They want to win 18 games in a row. If it works for them, happy days. But at the end of the day, one thing that I know for sure, for the next 4 years, the best team in the world will be South Africa.
Because ibathethe kakhulu abantu base-Ireland especially uba nani anikwazanga ubakhe kodwa ngoku nasi chance ibaluleke kangakanani let's in view of the ibathethe aba izawutshintsha kanjani uba where you guys stand yangile mithetha kuyo right.
Sisketi, uzukhumbule mna, I'm going to focus on Ireland, for example, as a team. Kudala bedlala kahle. For them to travel to New Zealand and being able to win a series against New Zealand, iyabonakalisa baliqela eli-strong kakhulu. Do you understand? So ndiyabavuyela indlela abadlala ngayo, ndiyabavuyela ispace abakuso as a team ba bebewina kakuhle. But nathi sine-goals zethu siliqela lethu lamabhokobhoko. Do you understand? And now playing at home phambi kabalandeli bethu kwi-South Africans, eyona nto ibalulekileyo ukuthi make sure uba senza abantu base-South Africa proud. And I know we've got a lot of supporters also all over around the world, but eyona nto ibalulekileyo ukuthi make sure uba if bangaba sinovala i-series ngomso siwine la game yangomso to win i-series, eyona nto ibalulekileyo ukuthi leyo. So yonke inoze yenzeka ecaleni. I know one thing for sure, i-management and the coaching staff i-Ireland, they don't walk around talking about they're probably the best team in the world. Do you understand? I know they've got I will. I know siswami, I know ibalulekile kakhulu kwiqela le-Ireland indlela abafuna uwina ngayo tomorrow, but kodwa ke le nto bendiyithetha banisithi ba nathi sinabalandeli bethu and sifuna ukuthi make sure basibenza but bebe proud nabo.
Siya last one, ningabathulisi uba niwile ngomso bazokuxoxa.
As a sitting young, izovuyisa thina into ebalulekileyo, izovuyisa thina and because kudala singababethi and ibihleli kabuhlungu kumntondo leyo. Sisonke sile team yabaqeqeshi nabadlali biyinto ebalulekileyo ukuthi siwine le match leyo, but basinowina kakuhle ngomso for thina sakwazi ujonga phambili because iyona ayikho enye team engazange sayibetha ngaphandle kwale team and siyibethile last week, but sifuna uvala kakuhle. But sayazi if i-match yabo yokugqibela le ungacinga nawe
match yokugqibela
ndiyateketa hlobo ndithetha ngalo zawuthini ndiyateketa nje angikwazi utshintsha loo ndlela yokugqibela. So ndiyayazi faka yonke into kule match but nathi sakwenza njalo sadlala ngathi imatch yethu yokugqibela lena kuthi because ibalekile basiyiwine lo mdlalo and yeah I can't wait ngavuya ngihlale namhlanje because in the but I got a last message just be as a team we're just thinking of everyone that's in Cape Town. We've seen what's happening and all we can do, there's not much we can do from here, but just ask people if you can help somebody else, please do. It's a perfect time to show Ubuntu right now, and I know for some reason we always come together when we have problems in South Africa. Please, if you have resources or time and you can help somebody else, please do. And I know there's other things happening around the country, but please, we've seen some horrible videos and images, and I know our game is important, but people's lives are more important than us. And if we can help in whatever way as a team, we will definitely do. So please lend a helping hand because people are going through a lot in Cape Town. Thank you.
There's one more question there. Sure.
Just last one. Sales routine, you love football. And you just know something.
And if I can't do it.
I know both of you love football.
Yeah.
Last night we lost one of the images. Just a message to somebody.
Mr. Chabalala uzukhumbule ba ngumuntu osemhlonipha kakhulu eMzantsi Africa what he has done for our country. Nendlela ebesherisha ngayo i-views zakhe ze-football and someone that I enjoy listening to, and we know the passion inhliziyo yakhe ba ibithanda ibafana bafana and sibuhlungu ayizondaba ezinhle kakhulu ezo, but kodwa ke sifuna ukuthi isapho lwakhe babe strong uThixo benabo abapha amandla during these tough times. But once again, it's a big loss for us in South Africa to lose a legend efana naye. But once again, may his beautiful soul rest in peace.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Siya. Stick.
English. Oh, be English.
Ay, value kalau kita.
Oh, you take English.
Akayana magtulong abani ka? Ayana sok.
One.
Super sport.
15V.
Thanks, Siya. Lekker buddy.
En ik save jullie.